Welcome to Reading Aloud with Mrs. Hess. I hope you enjoyed today's story. Today's story is called Let's Hatch Chicks. Explore the wonderful world of chickens and eggs. Let's Hatch Chicks. Explore the wonderful world of chickens and eggs. By Lisa Steele. Illustrated by Perry Taylor. Contents. Meet Violet, page 6. Violet finds a nesting box, page 8. Roosters and eggs, page 10. Help your hen, page 13. Hatching in an incubator, page 16. What's going on in there, page 18. Candling eggs, 23. Pip zip peep, page 29. Brooder babies, page 32. Feeding the chicks, page 34. Chicks meet the chickens, page 38. Growing up, page 42. Glossary, page 45. If you've read a book with Mrs. Hess before, you know I like to look at the glossary first. The glossary tells us words that we might not know and we might encounter during reading this story. Air sac. A round pocket of air inside the egg. It helps the chicken breathe. Air enters the pocket through tiny holes in the eggshell. Albumin, the clear, runny inside of an egg. The albumin is also called the egg white. It acts like a pillow for a growing baby chick. Beak, a chicken's mouth. Beaks are hard and pointed to help the chicken eat and clean its feathers. Bedding, material for the coop floor and nesting boxes. Chickens like soft bedding for laying eggs. Bedding can be straw, pine needles, or dried leaves. Breed, a group of animals that share traits. A breed of chickens looks and acts the same and lays the same color eggs. Americana, Australope, Lavender Orpington, Olive Eggers are all different breeds. Brooder, a baby chicken's first home. It's like a nursery for newborn chicks. Broody, a broody chicken is one that wants to sit on eggs until they hatch into chicks. Candle, candling, shining a light through an eggshell to see inside. Chick, a baby chicken. Coop, a small shed or building that chickens live in. Chickens usually sleep in their coop. Down, the soft, fluffy covering over a baby chicken's body. Chicks have down before they grow feathers. Dust bath, an area in the dirt where chickens like to wriggle around to clean their feathers. Egg tooth, the sharp point at the end of a baby chick's beak. Chicks use it to break a hole in the eggshell. Embryo, the cell inside a fertilized egg that will grow into a chick. Feathers, the covering on a chicken's body. Feathers help keep chickens warm. Fertilize, when a male sperm combines with a female's egg, it is required for an egg to hatch into a chick. Flock, a group of chickens. Grit, small stones or pebbles that chickens eat. Grit helps chickens digest food because they do not have teeth to crush the food. Hatch, the moment when a chick breaks out of its egg. Heat lamp, a special light that keeps baby chicks warm until they grow feathers. Hen, a female chicken over a year old. Hens can lay eggs. Incubator, an electric machine you can use to help you hatch eggs without a mother hen. Membrane, the thin lining inside an egg. The membrane separates the yolk and white from the shell. Nesting box, a box in a chicken coop filled with soft bedding. This is where a chicken lays her eggs. Nostril, the holes in a chicken's beak that let air in. Every chicken has two nostrils just like humans do in our noses. Pip, the hole a baby chick makes in the shell when it begins to hatch. Pores, tiny holes in the eggshell. Pores let air into the egg. Roost, a pole or board inside the coop that chickens sleep on. Rooster, a male chicken that is over a year old. Roosters do not lay eggs. Shell, the hard exterior of an egg. Tidbitting, a clucking noise made by the mother hen. Chickens drop food in front of chicks and make this noise to teach them what to eat. Roosters can tidbit as well. Some roosters dance when they tidbit. Yolk, the orange or yellow part of an egg that is packed with vitamins and nutrients. Zip, the circle a baby chick pecks in the eggshell when it is hatching. Meet Violet. Violet is a gray chicken. She lives on a small farm in the country with her flock. Her yard has lots of grass and trees. That's where the chickens play. Sometimes Violet's human family shares treats with the chickens. They like lettuce, strawberries, and seeds. Violet runs around and eats as many seeds as she can. The chickens lay eggs for the family to eat. Taking a bath. The chickens have a nice coop to sleep in at night. There's a dust bath nearby. Chickens don't take baths with water. They use dirt to keep their feathers clean. Can you spot the chicken in the dust bath? Violet finds a nesting box. One spring day, Violet left her friends in the yard. She had decided it was time to become a mother hen. She headed back to the coop. Violet peeked into each nesting box. Then she chose one she liked best. It was quiet and dark. It had lots of straw bedding to keep her eggs safe. It even had curtains across the front. Feeling broody. The family noticed Violet wasn't outside playing with her friends, and they were worried. Was she sick? No, Violet was broody. Some broody chickens seem angry. They puff up and make growling noises if you get too close to their nest. Don't worry, she isn't mad at you. She is protecting her eggs. They will soon become her chicks. Roosters and eggs. Most eggs in a chicken coop are just like the ones you eat. They will never hatch into baby chicks. But if a rooster fertilizes an egg while it is still inside the hen, that can change. When the hen lays a fertilized egg and it keeps warm for 3 weeks, an embryo grows inside the egg. The embryo is what will turn into a chick. Eggs that are not fertilized cannot turn into chicks. Feathering the nest. Violet began to lay eggs in her special nesting box. She still came out to eat her breakfast, but when her friends went out to play, Violet jumped back into the box. Violet worked hard to make the nest perfect. She tugged at pieces of straw with her beak. She started pulling feathers out of her breast and placing them in the nest. The feathers made a soft bed for the chicks. Her bare skin helped keep the eggs warm. More eggs, please. There was just one problem. Violet needed more eggs. She didn't want to sit on the eggs until her nest was full. The other chicks wanted to help. They laid their eggs in the nest. Kate, an Americana, laid a blue egg. Annie, an Australope, laid a pink egg. Abigail, an Olive Egger, laid a green egg. Soon, Violet's nest looked like an Easter basket. Help your hen. Once the nest was full, Violet spent more and more time on the eggs. She made the nest up just the way she wanted it. All the family could do was help. What can you do to help your hen? You can mark the eggs with a pencil. If any of the chickens sneak in and lay more eggs in the nest, you'll know because those eggs won't have marks. Then you can take those eggs out, or all the eggs in the nest won't hatch at the same time. You can put a little dish of feed and a bowl of water close to the nest. She won't have to go far to get something to eat or drink. You can tuck a bit of lavender or chamomile into the straw. These herbs smell nice. They can keep your hen calm. Inside the house, make a special chicken calendar. Start marking off the days for 3 whole weeks. That way you'll know when the chicks are ready to hatch. Turning, turning. Inside the egg, a baby chick rests on the yolk and starts to float. If the egg doesn't get turned, the chick can get squashed between the yolk and the eggshell. Violet made sure to turn each egg over and over. She did it several times each day. Violet also needed to keep all the eggs warm. She flattened her back and spread her wings out so all the eggs were covered. She made sure to move the eggs on the outside of the nest closer to the middle. Violet even tossed pieces of straw onto her back. To keep the eggs safe, she was trying to hide herself in the nest so no one could see her. Violet fussed over her eggs. She made happy clucking noises whenever the family went to check on her. She knew they were excited. Fun fact: baby chicks can hear a mother hen clucking to them while they're still in their shell. Now we wait. Violet kept the eggs warm so chicks could grow inside them. She missed playing with her friends, but her eggs needed her. She was a little lonely, but soon she would have babies of her own to keep her company. At night, the other chickens came back to the coop to sleep. Violet had plenty of company then. Everyone was inside safe and sound on the roost. Hatching in an incubator. If you're hatching eggs at home, your family might use an incubator. If you have an incubator, you will need to be like the mother hen. You will need to turn the eggs. Here's how to do it. 1. First, you should wash your hands. There are germs on your hands you don't want to get on the eggs. 2. With your parents' help, open the incubator. 3. Use a pencil to mark one side of each egg with an X. 4. Turn the eggs carefully. Turn each egg so the mark is either on the bottom or the top, the opposite of the way it was before. Stop turning the eggs at day 18. 5. The last step is washing your hands again. There are germs on the eggs you don't want to leave on your hands. What else can you do to help the chicks grow? After 2 weeks, if you cluck to the eggs, sometimes they will peep back at you. It's always fun to talk to your chicks. What's going on in there? As soon as the eggs are warm from morning through night, the chicks will begin to grow. Everything a chick needs comes from the egg. The egg yolk will be her food. The albumin helps to cushion the embryo while it grows. It shrinks as the embryo gets bigger. An air sac forms in the round end of each egg. That's what the chick will breathe until she is ready to hatch. Fresh air enters the egg through tiny holes in the shell called pores. A chick needs 3 weeks to grow. Let's peek inside an egg and learn what is happening each day. First come the eyes and wings. The eyes are one of the first things to form. By the 4th day, your chick's heart is beating and her wings have started to grow. Can you see the feathers on this chick's wings? Day 1. Head and brain start to grow. Digestive system begins to form. Day 2. Eyes begin to form. Heart forms and starts beating. Day 3. Wings and legs begin to form. Tail bud forms. Day 4. Tail appears. Legs grow and toes form. Beak, elbows, knees, and toes. By the end of the first week, your chick will start to take shape inside the egg. Her legs and wings finish forming. She has a beak and even some toes, but she still has lots of growing to do. Day 5. Head grows bigger. The sex is determined. Elbows and knees develop. Day 6. Beak and egg tooth form. Ribs appear. Embryo starts to move around. Day 7. Beak and comb start to grow. Neck forms. Brain is developing. Toes are visible. Fun fact: chickens can see more colors than humans can. This helps them find bugs, seeds, and berries in the grass. Fun fact: most chickens have 4 toes on each foot, but a few breeds have 5 toes on each foot. Candling eggs. Want to peek inside the egg? You can't crack it open. Try candling it instead. An egg candler lights up the egg so you can see what's happening in there. Try candling for the first time after 1 week. Try it again after 2 weeks. Just don't disturb the eggs after day 18. What you'll see when candling. The first week you might see a spidery shape. The body of the spider is the embryo. That will become the baby chick. The legs of the spider are blood vessels. They help the chick grow. The second week you may find a big bloppy shape. This means the chick is growing. Your chick will get bigger and bigger until it takes up nearly the whole egg. If the inside of the egg is clear after 2 weeks, the chick did not develop. You can remove it from the incubator or from under the broody hen. On day 18, you might see the chick move around. You might even hear it peep. Don't candle the egg after this day. Note, always remember to wash your hands before and after touching eggs. The beak is for peeping. This week, your baby chick will have ears. She will soon be able to hear the mother hen outside the egg. Her mouth can now open and close so she can talk to her mom when she hatches. Peep, peep. What will you say to your chicks? Day 8. Down starts to grow. Ears and eyelids form. Day 9. Mouth opens. Claws develop on toes. Day 10. First feathers appear. Nostrils form. Beak starts to harden. Fun fact. Chickens do more than peep, cluck, and crow. They can make up to 30 different sounds to talk to each other. Shake those tail feathers. Now the chick is getting strong. The eggshell gives her the calcium she needs for healthy bones. The chick will also finish growing most of her feathers. Day 11. Tail feathers grow. Pads appear on bottoms of feet. Day 12. Scales develop on legs and feet. Hearing begins. Day 13. Body is mostly covered with feathers. Day 14. Head and ribs harden. The final stretch. We're getting close to the end. Your chick is almost done growing. She will start absorbing the egg yolk for nutrition. She will also move into hatch position. This means she is almost ready to break out of the shell. Day 15. Scales on legs, claws, and beak harden. Feathers finish growing. Day 16. Albumin is nearly gone. Chicks start to absorb the yolk for nourishment. Day 17. Head turns towards the airspace. Fun fact, a chicken's heart beats about 3 times as fast as yours. Day 18. Chick is almost done growing. There's no more space inside the egg. Day 19. Beak rests against the egg's inner membrane. Egg yolk is absorbed into the chick's body. Day 20. Beak breaks through the membrane and makes an internal pip. Lungs start to function. Day 21. Oxygen is almost gone in the egg. Egg tooth makes external pip through the shell. Chick is breathing outside air. Fun fact, chicks can see and walk as soon as they hatch, but they need their mom to keep them warm. Pip, zip, peep. For the last few days, Violet hardly left the nest. She sat on the eggs morning and night. The family could hear her clucking softly to her chicks. The chicks were eager to get out. Some eggs were even starting to roll around. Finally, it was time for the chicks to hatch. Each chick poked a small hole called a pip through its eggshell. The chicks rested for a few hours after they made the little hole. Hatching is hard work. Once the chicks had rested up, each one used its legs to turn in a circle inside its shell. As it turns, the chick pecks around the shell until the whole top of the egg pops off. This is called the zip. Zipping the top of the egg can also take many hours. Finally, the chicks use their legs to kick out of the shells. All of this can take a whole day or even 2 days. So the family was patient and waited. It was hard not to help, but they knew it was best to let the chicks do it themselves. As each chick hatched, it rested for a while so its feathers dried and got fluffy. The family could hear peeping under Violet. They were excited to see the new babies, but knew they needed to wait. Sleepy time. Violet stayed close to the nest with her chicks. They spent a lot of time sleeping. Some even fell asleep standing up. Some chicks napped underneath Violet. Violet and her chicks needed their own space for a few days. The other chickens were curious, but they couldn't meet the chicks yet. Soon the chicks would be curious too, ready to get out and explore their new world. Brooder babies. Sometimes a mother hen does not want to raise chicks, or you might hatch eggs in an incubator with no mother hen. If this happens, your family will be the mother hen for your chicks. You need to make them a home in a brooder. You can use a cardboard box, doll crate, or puppy playpen. You will need a heat lamp, a water dish, and a feed dish. You'll also want paper towels or dirt on the floor so it is soft and not slippery. What else can you put in the brooder? Add a few clumps of dirt and grass. Chicks love to nibble it and hunt for bugs. Add branches for the chicks to hop onto. They will learn to balance and roost. Hang a feather duster in the brooder. This looks like a mother hen and the chicks will love to snuggle under it. Feeding the chicks. The family gave Violet a small plate of chicken feed and a shallow dish of water. They put small stones in the water dish. That way the baby chicks don't fall in. Violet showed her chicks how to drink. She showed them what to eat as well. She pecked at the little bits of chicken feed. Baby chicks don't need to eat for the first 2 days after they hatch, but then they will need to eat every day. How do you feed your chicks? The chicks should have chick feed available all the time. They will get hungry at different times. You can sprinkle some raw oats or cornmeal on their food. This helps them stay healthy. Chicks like eating fresh herbs. Try giving them a little fresh parsley, oregano, or sage. Put out dirt or chick grit. Chicks use dirt like humans use teeth. It helps them digest their food. Holding chicks. Chicks are like other kinds of babies. They are fragile and can get hurt. It is good to play with them if you are careful. They will get to know you. Here are a few steps for holding your chicks. 1. Sit on the floor and put a towel in your lap. Then have your parents place a chick on the towel. Put down your hand close to the chick. It will probably come right up to you. 2. Try putting your hand out on the ground with your palm facing up. Let your chicks hop onto your hand. Sprinkle some chick feed onto your hand so they can peck at it. 3. Talk to your chicks so they get used to your voice. 4. Make sure an adult helps you pick up a baby chick. Scoop a chick up from underneath. Gently cradle its belly with both hands and place your thumbs over its back. If your hands are small, place one hand underneath and one on the chick's back. Note: children under the age of 4 or 5 might accidentally hurt chicks in their environment. They might instead gently stroke the chicks while an adult holds them. And children of any age should never handle chicks without adult supervision. Here are some tips for playing with your chicks. You should only play with your chicks for a few minutes at a time. Chicks are babies and need lots of sleep. Chicks get cold quickly. If your chick starts peeping loudly, that means it's cold. Only play with one chick at a time. Chicks move fast. You don't want them to run and hide where you can't find them. Wash your hands after playtime so you don't get sick. Do not put your fingers in your eyes or mouth when you're playing with chicks. Don't kiss the chicks. Chicks meet the chickens. Soon Violet knew it was time to let the chicks meet the chickens. Sometimes a chicken can be mean to chicks. Most chickens are just curious. Violet stayed close to her chicks to make sure they did not get bullied. The family also watched to make sure the chicks were safe. These chickens recognize the chicks from the coop. But if your chicks hatched in the house, you might have to keep them in a small cage outside for a while. The other chickens need to get used to them. Once everyone gets along, the chicks can join the chickens in the yard. Note: baby chicks that don't hatch under a mother hen should never be left unsupervised with adult hens. They should be kept separate until they are about the same size as the larger chicks because they don't have a mother to protect them. Tidbitting in the yard. Soon Violet roamed the yard with her chicks. She showed them how to look for bugs, berries, and weeds to eat. She taught them what was good to eat by tidbitting. If a chick tried to eat something bad, Violet pecked the chick on the head. Violet the teacher. Violet taught the chicks how to take dust baths. She showed them good places to hide from danger. She taught them how to hop up onto a small branch to take naps. She protected them and let them cuddle when they were cold. Growing up. Violet kept teaching her chicks for 5 weeks. Then she left them on their own. She had taught her chicks well, and they happily played outside, looking for bugs and good things to eat. They followed the others back to the coop when the sun went down. They were part of the flock. The new chickens still had more growing to do. They look funny when they are teenagers. They have skinny necks and long legs. Their baby feathers fall out and they grow their big girl feathers. Fun fact: chickens should start laying eggs when they are 4 or 5 months old. Chickens can live to be more than 10 years old, but usually will lay eggs for just a few years. Goodbye. With the chicks all grown up, Violet returned to her old life. She played outside with the rest of the chickens and napped under the trees in the afternoon. She was happy to be back with her friends. The family wondered if she would want to hatch more chicks next spring. What do you think? About Violet and Lisa. Violet is a lavender Orpington chicken. She lives on a farm in Maine with her family. She has raised 2 broods of chicks and is a proud aunt to many more. Violet loves to eat watermelon and scratch around for bugs. Lisa Steele comes from a family of chicken keepers. She is an author who writes about chickens and gardening. She likes to grow yummy vegetables for Violet and her sisters to eat. This is her first children's book. Learn more about raising happy, healthy chickens at www.fresheggsdaily.com. About Perry. Perry Taylor is an illustrator who draws funny pictures of his life in rural southwest France. Perry lives with his wife in an old farmhouse. They have 6 chickens and the young rooster named Rusty. His website gallery is at www.perrytaylor.fr. Thank you for joining Reading with Mrs. Hess. I hope you enjoyed today's story, and we'll see you next time.